Let's talk about that moment. You and I, we both know it intimately. It's not a moment you read about in trading books. It's a moment you feel in your gut, in your racing pulse. You've done the work. Hours staring at charts until the patterns are burned into your mind. You've identified the setup, it's perfect, a textbook example. Your analysis is sharp, your risk is defined to the last tick. You pull the trigger, you enter the trade, and then it happens. That beautiful, intoxicating flicker of green. It's not much at first, just a whisper of a profit, but it's real, floating there on your screen, a testament to your analysis being right. Your heart doesn't just beat faster, it thumps against your ribs, a primal drumbeat of excitement and fear. And that's when the voice starts. It doesn't shout, it hisses. Look at that. Green. Take it. Lock it in before it vanishes. Remember last time? Don't be greedy. A win is a win. You try to silence it. You look at your plan, at the target you so logically set when your mind was clear. It's so far away, the journey seems impossible. Your logic is a distant shore, and you are drowning in a sea of emotion. Your hand, almost with a mind of its own, drifts towards the mouse. Your finger hovers over the close button. You tell yourself you're being smart, prudent. A bird in the hand, you rationalize. You click. The position is closed. A wave of relief washes over you. The anxiety is gone. For a fleeting second, you feel in control. You feel safe. And then you watch. You watch as the price, unshackled from your fear, continues its journey. It dances, it pulls back, it teases, and then it marches, relentlessly, straight to your original target, the target you abandoned, the profit you were meant to have. The relief you felt just moments ago curdles into a familiar, bitter poison, regret. It burns hotter than any loss, because this wasn't the market beating you. This was you beating yourself. This, my friend, is the confession of almost every trader who has ever dared to play this game. This is the story of the trader's shadow, the invisible force within you that is sabotaging your success. And today, we are going to drag it into the light. Why? Why does this happen? Why do we, with a perfectly logical plan in hand, consistently act against our own best interests? It's not your strategy. It's not your indicators. It's your wiring. The market is the most ruthless psychological arena on earth because it preys on ancient, hardwired human fears. Let's dissect this beast. First, there's the fear of loss aversion. Psychologists have proven it. The pain of losing $100 is twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining $100. When you see that floating green profit, your brain doesn't see it as a potential gain. It sees it as something you already possess. And the thought of that possession, vanishing of green, turning to red, triggers a primal panic. Your brain screams, "Protect it!" It's the same instinct that made our ancestors hoard food for the winter. But in the markets, this instinct makes you starve. Second, there is the ghost of past losses. Every trader has a graveyard of trades gone wrong. Trades that were winning, then reversed and hit your stop loss. Those moments don't just disappear, they leave scars. They become ghosts that haunt your current decisions. So, when you're in a winning trade now, you're not just managing this one position, you're fighting the ghosts of all the ones that got away. That whisper telling you to take it now, that's the voice of your past trauma. And finally, the most insidious of them all, the tyranny of what if. Our minds are prediction machines, but they are biased towards negative outcomes. We don't sit there imagining the trade hitting our target, no. We sit there imagining 1,000 ways it could fail. What if there's a news event? What if a whale dumps on the market? What if this pullback isn't a pullback? What if I give it all back? You are not trading the chart in front of you. You are trading a horror movie you're directing in your own head. Closing the trade early is your attempt to stop the movie, to turn off the noise, to escape the discomfort of uncertainty. But trading is uncertainty. By running from it, you are running from the very nature of the game. Let's be brutally honest here. Each time you cut a winner short, you get a hit. It's a chemical reaction. The moment you close the trade, the anxiety vanishes, and your brain rewards you with a flood of dopamine. It's a feeling of relief, of safety. You've secured a small win. You feel smart. You feel validated. But this is a trap. It's a dangerous addiction. You are training your brain, through repetition, to prioritize short-term emotional comfort over long-term strategic success. You become a junkie, and your drug is the feeling of being right in the moment. You'll take a tiny profit just to get that hit of validation, even if it means sacrificing the massive profit that your plan promised. Think about it. Your strategy is designed with a positive risk to reward ratio. You risk $1 to make 3. That is your statistical edge. But by constantly taking a profit of 50 cents, you are systematically destroying your own edge. Your winning system, on paper, becomes a losing system in practice. The edge didn't fail. You did. You abandoned the math in favor of a feeling, and this creates a vicious cycle. You take small wins, which barely cover your occasional full losses. Your account stagnates. You get frustrated. You start to doubt your strategy. You jump to a new system, looking for a holy grail. But the problem isn't the system. The problem follows you, because the problem is you. It's your addiction to comfort. The market doesn't reward comfort. It rewards courage. It rewards the discipline to sit in the fire of uncertainty and not flinch. Imagine two traders standing on the edge of a vast canyon. This canyon represents a winning trade. On the other side is the target profit. The amateur trader looks across the canyon and sees only the chasm. He sees the wind, the danger, the terrifying drop. He takes a few steps out onto the narrow rope bridge, feels it sway, and immediately panics. He scrambles back to the safety of the starting edge, clutching the few pebbles he managed to grab. He calls it a win, but all he feels is the relief of not falling. He never reaches the other side. He is a tourist in the market, perpetually afraid of the journey. The professional trader sees the same canyon, the same bridge, the same risks, but his focus is different. He's not looking down at the chasm, he is looking at the destination. He knows the bridge will sway, he expects the wind to blow, he has factored this discomfort into his plan. He trusts the bridge, his system, because he has tested it countless times. He feels the fear, just like the amateur. His heart also beats faster, but he doesn't let the feeling dictate his actions. He breathes. He puts one foot in front of the other, he walks the plan. He endures the swaying and the wind, and he arrives on the other side. The difference was not a lack of fear. The difference was a commitment to the process, regardless of the fear. The amateur obsesses over the entry. The professional obsesses over their own state of mind after the entry. The amateur seeks certainty. The professional embraces probability. The amateur trades for an outcome. The professional executes a process. Which one are you? Be honest, because acknowledging where you are is the first step to crossing the divide. So, how do we fix this? How do we build the mental armor required to walk that bridge? Just be disciplined is useless advice. It's like telling someone to just be strong without showing them the gym. Discipline is not a trait you're born with. It is a muscle you build. And here is your workout plan. First, make your plan non-negotiable. Before you ever enter a trade, your exit plan must be as solid as concrete. Write down your stop loss, your target, and the specific market conditions that would invalidate your trade before it hits either. This is your contract with yourself. When you are in the trade, you are not a thinker, you are an executor. Your job is not to reevaluate. Your job is to follow the contract you made when you were logical and calm. Second, create an emotional journal. Forget your trading journal for a second. I want you to start an emotional journal. After every trade, win or lose, write down exactly what you felt. When the profit started showing, what was the voice in your head saying? Did your chest tighten? When you closed early, what was the immediate feeling? What was the feeling 30 minutes later? You must become a scientist of your own emotions. By documenting them, you demystify them. You begin to see your patterns of self-sabotage, and you can prepare for them. Third, rehearse the discomfort. This is crucial. Before you enter a trade, close your eyes and visualize the journey. Visualize the price moving into profit. Feel the urge to close it. Visualize a pullback that nearly stops you out. Feel the panic. See it, feel it, and practice doing nothing. Practice breathing through it. Like a pilot in a simulator, you are training your nervous system to handle turbulence without panicking. You must become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Discomfort is the price of admission for large returns. Fourth, shift your focus from outcome to execution. This is the ultimate mindset shift. At the end of the day, your goal is not to have a winning trade. Your goal is to execute your plan flawlessly. A trade that hits your stop loss, but where you followed your plan perfectly, is a victory. A trade where you snatched a small profit out of fear, even if the price later reversed, is a failure. You must start rewarding yourself for good process, not for random outcomes. When you do this, you detach your ego from the money, and you start operating like a professional. In a world that glorifies action, hustle, and constant motion, the most powerful skill a trader can learn is the art of doing nothing. Patience. It feels passive. It feels boring. It feels like you're not in control. But in reality, patience is the ultimate form of control. It's the active, deliberate resistance against the impulse to ruin your own plan. Holding a winning trade is like a long-haul flight. You get on the plane knowing your destination. For the first hour, it's exciting. But then, there are hours of nothing. Just the drone of the engines and the vast, empty sky. You might hit turbulence. The plane will shake. It's unnerving. But you don't run to the cockpit and demand to land the plane in the middle of the ocean. Why? Because you trust the pilot and the process. In trading, you are the pilot. Your trading plan is the flight path. The turbulence is the market's natural ebb and flow. Your job is to stay in your seat, to trust the journey, to endure the boredom and the anxiety. The market is designed to prey on your impatience. It will consolidate, it will move sideways for hours, doing absolutely nothing, just to see if it can bore you out of your position. It will test you, asking again and again, how badly do you really want this? Are you willing to wait? Most traders fail this test. They answer by interfering, they get restless, they close the trade just to do something. The professional answers with silence, with stillness, with patience. They know that sometimes the most profitable action is no action at all. They embrace the void. And in that void, where others see boredom, they find their edge. When you strip everything else away, trading is not about money. That's just how we keep score. Trading is a mirror. It reflects back at you every single one of your flaws with brutal, unapologetic honesty. Your impatience, your fear, your greed, your need for control. It all comes out, and this is why playing the long game is the final, most crucial lesson. No single trade matters, not one. Your career will be defined by the next 1,000 trades, not the next one. You must learn to think like a casino. The casino doesn't sweat a single spin of the roulette wheel. It doesn't celebrate one big winner or mourn one big loser. It simply stays in the game, knowing that over thousands of spins, its statistical edge will inevitably play out. You must become the house. Your edge is your probability. Your discipline is your casino floor manager. Your patience is the endless time you have to let that edge manifest. This journey, the struggle to hold your winners, to master your fear, to cultivate patience, is about more than your trading account. The discipline you forge in front of these charts will bleed into every other area of your life. The resilience you build enduring a drawdown will make you stronger in the face of life's setbacks. The patience you learn, waiting for a trade to mature, will make you a better partner, a better parent, a better human being. Your true profit is not measured in pips or dollars. It's measured in who you become in the process. The market is a relentless teacher. It asks one simple question: can you master yourself? Can you endure the discomfort long enough for your edge to pay out? Can you hold when your every instinct screams to run? Can you stay disciplined when chaos tempts you to panic? If you can, the outcome is inevitable. Not because the market guarantees it, but because probability demands it. The long game never promises a smooth ride, but it always, always rewards those who have the character to endure it. So the next time you're in that moment, with the green flashing and your heart pounding, remember this conversation. Take a breath. Look beyond the noise of the next 5 minutes and play the long game. The market isn't testing your strategy, it's testing your soul. And the reward for passing that test is freedom.